Okay, we're ready? Okay. As president of the Board of Education for the Cone Joint Unified School District, I'd like to welcome everyone who's here today. And this is the Cone Joint Unified School District's regular board meeting for the month of November 7th, 2024. At this time, I'd like to ask Joanne Medina to do roll call, please.
Mrs. Haro?
Here.
Mr. Flores? Ms. Doreen Ojeda?
Here.
Mr. Fuentes?
Present.
Mrs. Flores?
Present.
Mr. Ibarra?
Present. I'd like to make note that Board Member Bernice Sandoval is not here at this time. Thank you. All right, let's go ahead and renew the Pledge of our Allegiance. And before we do that, we do have an interpreter available. Ms. Bueno, can you please come to the podium?
Thank you, Board President Ibarra. Good evening, all. Muy buenas noches a todos. Yo soy Cintia Bueno, soy recepcionista y traductora del distrito. Estaremos ofreciendo servicios de intérprete si alguien desea escuchar la reunión completamente en español simultáneamente. Tenemos los dispositivos para poder hacerlo y me pueden encontrar en la mesa trasera, ahí, en cualquier momento. Gracias.
Thank you very much. And with that, I'd like to please ask everyone to rise so we could do the Pledge of Allegiance. And can Pat Harrell, can you please lead us, please?
Over your heart. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Pat. We'll move right into item 1.3, which is the adoption of November 7th, 2024 agenda. And at this point, I'd like to ask for a motion to adopt the agenda with the following amendments. Amendment action item 6.42, approval of conference attendance, student services division, revised total to include lodging for $4,012. Amend closed session item 10.3, personnel, public employee appointment, discipline, and dismissal, and release. The addition of 3 classified coaches, head junior varsity baseball boys, head varsity baseball boys, head varsity basketball girls. The addition of 4 volunteer coaches, basketball boys, wrestling co-ed 2. And the addition of 2 general volunteers. At this time, I would entertain a motion for approval, please.
I'll move
motion.
Okay,
that. I'll second that.
okay, I have Bertha Flores and Israel Fuentes. I have a motion by Board Member Bertha Flores and second by Board Member Israel Fuentes to adopt the agenda as recommended. All those in favor indicate by stating aye. Aye. Anyone oppose? Anyone abstain? It's 6-0. On a motion by Bertha Flores, second by Israel Fuentes, and on a 6-0 vote, the board adopted the agenda as recommended with Bernice Sandoval absent at this time. Thank you. All right, one of the highlights of our meetings is always our student showcase. Tonight, we have Slover Mountain High School, and if I'd like to ask Principal Frejo to the podium, please.
President Ibarra, board members, Superintendent Dr. Miranda, and members of the audience. Tonight, I have Adrian Villegas, Layla, and Frankie to share our school showcase.
Hello, board members. Good evening. My name is Adrian Villegas. I'm in 12th grade, and I'm ASB president.
My name is Layla Dela Cruz. I'm in 12th grade, and I'm in Leadership ASB.
My name's Frankie Pasillas, and my grade is 12th grade, and I'm take role in Leadership ASB.
What are we about at Slover? Slover is about taking care of students' social, emotional well-being, getting students engaged in school activities like clubs and sports, improving attendance and academics so we can graduate on time with our class, and making sure all students feel included. I'm from Bloomington High School, and I didn't take anything seriously, and I honestly regret that, but applying at Slover gave me the opportunity to better myself, not only academically, but just in general. And now I'm part of ASB, which is something I never thought I'd be a part of, and I love it.
I came from Grand Terrace High School, and I did not do any of my classes. I did not turn in any of my work. While applying to Slover, I turned out to be amazing. I got all my work and all my grades up, and it even led me to a point where I even got a scholarship out of it, and I am grateful for it.
I was a formal student of Grand Terrace High School, but I wasn't doing none of my work. I wasn't attending none of my classes. I was constantly ditching. So I applied at Washington High School, and I started getting my stuff together for my 10th grade year. Then for my junior year of high school, I attended Slover, and I still am currently still attending Slover, and I'm doing pretty good. I'm making sure everything's on track. I'm making sure that my grades are perfectly fine, making sure my attendance is up, and making sure I have a good time at school.
Our first week of school, we had our PBIS kickoff, which also included our school resource officer Ramirez. Ms. Frajo shared her why with us and our school-wide expectations to Slover, to create positive relationships with each other, because we all have come to Slover for the same goal, to graduate. We got to do the team building activities, and we got to earn some cougar swag. Sorry. ASB also had lunchtime activities with snow cone treats for everyone.
Our ASB hosted our first Spirit Week with raffles, and we got to win gift cards. Each day we had a theme, and a lot of students dressed each day, even our Slover staff. Monday we had Blackout Day, Tuesday was Twin Day, Wednesday was Disney Day, Thursday was Graphic Tees versus Band Tees, and Friday was Sports plus College Day.
How does Slover commit to making everyone feel included? Slover has student orientation meetings every 6 weeks. New incoming students and their families attend these orientations to provide information about Slover's programs and welcome them to our Cougar family.
Slover celebrated Hispanic Heritage Month every day during morning announcements. We had Hispanic Heritage Week, with each day having a dress-up theme. During lunch, our DJ club spun some music, and ASB provided elote. We even had Grand Canyon University come and share the opportunities available to us after we graduate.
During the month of October, we acknowledge Breast Cancer Awareness, LGBTQ History Month, and bullying prevention. We wore pride colors on Mondays, pink on Wednesdays, orange on Fridays. On Unity Day, we made friendship bracelets, played games, and even had popsicles at lunch, orange popsicles at lunch.
Slover had our Taco Tuesday at our back to school night. Families got to meet our Slover teachers and staff, and we got to learn how our Title I nominees are spent for us. San Bernardino Valley College also shared information with our families for our road to college. We also had some special guests who visited our classroom: Superintendent Dr. Miranda, Board Member Israel Fuentes, Bertha Flores, and Student Service Director Dr. Ortiz. Fifth District Supervisor Joe Baca Jr. also presented our soccer team with certificates of our school. Oh, wait, no, that's still me. My apologies, my apologies. I have the wrong one out. We would like to share some of our academic accomplishments since our last showcase. We had our mini quarter one award ceremony, and it was a packed house of families celebrating our accomplishments. We had 2 students who received perfect attendance awards, 2 students who received English proficient awards, 23 students who received Student of the Month from teachers and counselors, 36 students who received honor awards, 34 students who received principal's honor awards, and we had 10 students graduate. We also had the Marine Gunner Sergeant Nigra come to acknowledge Daniel Alano with the sash for committing to enlist after graduation.
ROP Child Development hosted the Trick or Treat event with Bloomington Head Start and ASB. It was called the Great Slover Palooza. ASB created a maze, and teachers opened the doors to give treats and finish in the library with the performance of the Thriller Dance from Slover students. We even had board member Israel Fuentes and Fifth Direct Supervisor Joe Baca Jr. giving out treats too. Seven Slover scholars were acknowledged at the Hispanic Coalition of Small Businesses Laticinema Awards. We got to attend the award ceremony and learn how many women has overcome barriers and are now small business owners. The HCSB also visited Slover and reminded us to never give up. We were all surprised with cash scholarships to each student. A special thank you to board member Israel Fuentes and Dr. Ortiz for celebrating with us.
That's not me. That's you.
Oh, that one's still me? Oh. Which one? Thank you. Slover held our annual Fall Wellness Fair, and it was a huge success with many different vendors providing resources for our mental health and making good food choices. We would like to thank Mr. Rodriguez, our wellness coordinator, Ms. Baca, our college and career guidance tech, for all of the countless hours they put into the wellness fair.
The first sport to be played in the Inland Empire Alternative Schools League was boys and girls volleyball. The teams went all out and had a blast competing with other continuation high schools. The flag football team also competed with other continuation high schools and enjoyed playing. We would also like to recognize our teachers and the curriculum program specialists for participating in the staff development to provide us with new learning strategies to be successful in our classes.
Upcoming events. We have San Bernardino Valley College enrichment touring, VAPA programs, and Road to College career readiness. Whitewater Reserve enrichment, physical and biological stream monitoring. And then we have the model school visit. Then also the Latino Family Literacy program. We also got SAFA, and then WASP visit, college, and then we also have our college and career fair.
Please follow our social media pages, and you can see all of the events happening at Slover. Thank you. Maybe answer any questions, or would you like to give us any feedback?
Okay, let's give her a round of applause. Excellent job, gentlemen. First of all, let's see if there's any questions from any of the members of the board. Israel?
You all did a great job. A lot of times we make mistakes, but that makes us better. So good job. I'm very proud of all of you. I've been at Slover, as you can see, there lately. I've seen a lot of great things happening at Slover, and it's a great school. I've seen the student exceed. And the motto, if nobody knows, the motto is you can't spell Slover without. You can't spell it without love. So I see that you guys have a lot of great activities going on. Everything, you know, I could see that everyone there is excited to go to school, and things are changing. And so, are you guys seniors or juniors? You all seniors? Okay. Well, we'll be seeing you guys soon with a nice diploma in the hand. So, congratulations again, and congratulations to all the students at Slover, because you can't spell Slover without love. Thank you.
Thank you, Israel. Joanne.
I need to tell you how much what you said tonight touched me. It's hard to see kids who are struggling and having a difficult time. And if you keep looking for the helpers, you might find your niche, and it looks like you did. And to hear that you're happy in school, you're doing well, you're heading for success in your life. And I just applaud you for that, because a lot of kids just give up. And I'm so glad you did not, because we got 3 superstars here now. So great job.
Yes. Thank you, Joanne.
Thank you.
Bertha?
And I also would like to thank Ms. Frejo and Ms. Baca for helping us in this journey.
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely,
Yes, yes.
Well, Adrian, Layla, and Frankie, first of all, I want to say how professional you look. You look awesome. I think if you were to go anywhere, I mean, I would hire you in a minute. Yeah, you just look awesome, and your presentation was perfect. I love that you shared your story, especially Layla, when you said that you'd never thought you'd be where you're at.
Thought I'd join ASB. It wasn't. I was never like really into school or anything at all. But Slover turned it around for me, and I'm really grateful for that.
Wonderful. That's a beautiful story, and I really encourage you to share your story with kids around you that you see are struggling like you were. You said you were struggling at first, and reach out and grab them, and bring them in. You're a great mentor. Also, I think if I were to describe Slover, it's almost like it's a place where every student thrives, and the reason that happens is because of the staff that takes care of you every day. And I'm talking teachers and office workers, counselors, security. It seems like it's like a safety net where every adult in that school is ready to catch you. If you're having a bad day, or if you're struggling, there's always a safety net there for you. So I would also describe it as a puzzle that just fits together perfectly, because I watch how staff members step in and step out, and as they see the need, emotionally, whether it's with assignments, academics, everybody's there to step in and hold you on that safety net. So I just want to congratulate you, but also your principal and every teacher, every staff member that works with you. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Yes, Dan.
Wonderful job. Again, I'll echo the comments that we love hearing your personal stories, because I think more than anything, that's what inspires us, that's what motivates us, and I know that it'll inspire others. And it really is testament to the fact that there's really no such thing as a bad student. There may have been times where you felt like, you know what, I'm not really good at this, and I'm not getting it, it's not clicking, it must be me, when in reality it was never you. Sometimes we just need a change of venue, sometimes we just need a different atmosphere, environment. Everybody learns differently. And so just to feel like we have to do it this way, even though I'm not good at it, I'm struggling, sometimes it's like, let's pull back, look at it differently, try another environment, another approach. I heard a quote this week that really struck me, and it's something that I think applies. And the quote is, we need to learn to stop struggling to be mediocre at the things we're not good at, and instead work hard to become great at the things we're good at. And so you simply, with Slover and all the incredible staff that we have, stopped focusing on the things that wasn't working, shifted to a new environment, a new approach, and you're taking off. And that's the magic here, is it's realizing that we have to create environments for all of our kids because everybody learns differently. So thank you for being the leaders and sharing your story and continue to do so. All right, great job.
Thank you, Dan. Gentlemen, first of all, I want to say thank you. Thank you for being ASB leaders on your campus. The importance of the leadership, the visibility, the role modeling is utmost important, not only to you, but to all the students there on your campus, because you show by example. Now, your stories that you mentioned, like my colleagues just said, incredible, because we have many students in our district who struggle. But as you did, we have many wonderful staff, teachers, individuals that will help them when they can't get help from nowhere else. Now, Slover is one of the amazing places that we're able to provide that assistance to students. And I thank not only you, but also the wonderful staff like my colleagues did, the counseling, and everyone who's involved with helping provide these type of educational opportunities for you. Your part is showing your other staff, your other student body, where they can take advantage of everything that is offered there at Slover. You have the armed forces come in. You have a variety of different events that can highlight and show interest to some of the students that they may be able to go into a career. So, and of course the educational opportunities, like you mentioned, you get a scholarship. That's incredible. That's great. You know, anyone who gets a scholarship, I take my hat off to you. But you're more than welcome. And opportunities, because life is built on opportunities. And being able to recognize those opportunities and take advantage of those opportunities is something that we as individuals want to teach young individuals like yourselves to be able to go out and explore, examine, educate, and learn. So as role models, you sounds like you're doing a wonderful job. Taking a look at your presentation, even though we fumble now and then, and that's okay. You kept it together. You kept your cool, so to speak. I'm stating my age here, keeping your cool. And you moved on, and you continued. So that's kudos to you guys. So what I would like to do at this point is to have you come by and shake everyone's hand. After that, I'd like for you to come up and let's stand behind Miss Thorin Ojeda, and I'd like to take a picture. Where's Katie? So that we could have a picture with you at the Board of Education memorizing this day that you could put up at your principal's office or your ASB room to show others that come after you that they too can do and lead like you do. Okay? All right, let's give them a round of applause. Thank you. All right. Now you can see why we really enjoy these presentations from our different high schools. Let's move on. Item 3.1, employee recognition. I'd like to have directors Dr. Kathy Cervantes and Eric Enciso to the podium, please.
Good evening, Board President Ibarra, Superintendent Dr. Miranda, board members, and members of the community. The Human Resources Division is honored to congratulate and celebrate our employees of the month and their families for the month of October. We would like to publicly recognize our winners tonight and invite them to join us up here at the podium. We'll be starting first with for certificated, Miss Phoebe Matthew, our certificated employee recognition. If you're here, please come on up. So, Miss Phoebe Matthew is our school nurse for Pupil Personnel Services, and honoring her this evening is Mr. Rob Pearson.
Good evening, Board President Frank Cabarra, members of the board, Superintendent Dr. Miranda, Executive Cabinet, and community members. I'm thrilled to celebrate Phoebe Matthew as our Certificated Employee of the Month. Phoebe has been with our district for 4 years, meeting a variety of needs as a nurse at several sites, we should say a lot of sites. Her supervisor, Dr. Beth Dickerson, shares that every time she sees Phoebe, she is smiling, bring positivity to every day. Phoebe is the very definition of a servant leader, providing her students and staff with thoughtful, individualized care. Her passion for our community is evident in her willingness to help others without hesitation. Sabrina Corey, who nominated Phoebe, shared, over the past 4 years, I've had the privilege of working closely with Phoebe and have witnessed her rapid growth into one of the most respected school nurses within Colton Joint Unified School District. Her dedication to her role is unwavering, and she consistently approaches each day with enthusiasm and professionalism. With a smile always on her face, it's infectious, let me tell you. She is one of the most approachable and kind-hearted individuals you can meet. Dr. Whitmire, the district's lead nurse, also shared, congratulations to Phoebe on being named Employee of the Month. Her hard work and dedication always makes a difference, and it's so exciting to see her efforts recognized. Thank you for being such a great team player, always ready to help the rest of the school nurses smile and laugh. I'm proud to work alongside her and look forward to seeing all the great things she will continue to bring to Colton Joint Unified School District. Keep up the amazing work. In my role as director, I've seen her in many places, many times. I've witnessed Phoebe's dedication to supporting students' health. She's very passionate about that, and ensuring that the district and its sites are well supported with their health needs. She's a committed employee who truly embodies the motto of our Student Services Division. We have a motto that says sincere, supportive, and dedicated. She's all of those things every single minute of every single day, and our students benefit from that. Please join me in congratulating Phoebe Matthew on this well-deserved recognition. Thank you for all that you do. Phoebe, keep shining your light. And I'd like her to come up, and I know she also has a family member here tonight.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you to my husband who motivated me to join school nursing. I was only in the hospital for more than 25 years. So thank you to him, and I really enjoy this. It's just God's grace and amazing support from my team. Thank you so much.
And I have to share, we get a team because her husband is an amazing special ed teacher as well.
One more round of applause for Miss Phoebe Matthews. All right, moving forward, we are now going to be recognizing our classified employee of the month for the month of October. Woohoo! Our classified employee of the month is Miss Roseanne Madrid, the School Support Secretary 2 from Grand Terrace High School. Honoring her this evening is Principal Charlie Neighbors.
All right. It is my, is that on? Okay, there you go. It is my privilege to stand here before you today as we recognize and celebrate an individual whose hard work and dedication and commitment make a difference in our school every single day. Our motto here at GT is Be Great, Graduate. And Roseanne Madrid embodies the qualities of generosity, respect, excellence, and accountability and teamwork. Roseanne shows unmatched dedication and incredible work ethic every day, achieving true excellence. A recent example of her willingness to spearhead facilities with our new AP. Since taking over, she has revised, created new systems to ensure that our facilities are protected and, more importantly, our students are put first and are able to use those facilities whenever they need. I'm not sure that captures the amount of work she's put in, but she has exceeded every expectation that I have hoped for. Many of her colleagues mentioned that she follows the rules. If you know Roseanne, she is a rule follower. But this truly stems from her unwaveringly, that integrity. A funny example is when she recently pulled me aside because I hadn't followed the rules when we put it in place for the facilities myself. This leads me to what another person described as her willingness to always help. An example is her valuable work in CSEA, which improves our employees' lives and also our district. Can you give her a round of applause for that? And she does a lot of that work on her own personal time. Her colleagues also said she is loyal and dependable. While those two words are often thrown around, truly those traits are really rare. This highlights the respect and trust she has developed with our staff, students, and community, which benefits our school. She has also been described as having a big heart for kids and community. If you have ever been in our EP office, the students and parents who have to be there are often going through difficult times. She is always professional, truly cares, and creates solutions to help out families and students who are truly in need. I know no matter the issue, she will always be able to handle it. I'm grateful she is at GT and proud to work with her. Let's give her a round of applause.
Thank you very much. First, I think my daughter, Courtney, is here, and my son, his girlfriend. Thank you. I'm speechless, and for some of you in the room who work with me, that's a rare occasion, so we're going to take advantage of that. But thank you very much. But I do want to thank two types of people. My administrators, who've always allowed me to spread my wings, Mr. Neighbors, and put things into play that maybe they weren't sure was going to work. And of course, my coworkers. I couldn't be able to do my job unless they were team players with me. So thank you very much.
Is there anybody that you want to bring? Oh, you got it. Okay. Sorry. Another strong round of applause for Ms. Roseanne Madrid. Okay, our final recognition for the month of October is in our management section. So for our management recipients, it's going to be Mr. Brian Pope, Assistant Principal at Bloomington High School. And honoring him this evening is Miss Ebony Irving from Bloomington High School.
Good evening, Board President Ibarra, members of the board, Superintendent Dr. Miranda, executive cabinet, and members of the public, both online and in person. It is my honor to recognize and introduce one of our BHS assistant principals, Mr. Brian Pope. Mr. Pope has served in various capacities within CJUSD for 18 years. His dedication to support our community and site has helped to make a positive impact in the lives of our students and community members. He is proactive and visible and helps to ensure that our students, staff, and families have a safe, engaging, and supportive school environment. One of the qualities that makes him so effective is his proactive approach to addressing situations. This dedication to addressing issues head-on not only resolves problems, but also reinforces a sense of security and trust in our school community. Staff and students know that they can count on him for support and that he will respond to situations in a timely manner. In addition to his role as a problem solver, he is a steadfast supporter of ASB activities and events. Whether it's a pep rally, a community service project, a school dance, he is always present, cheering on our students and lending a helping hand whenever he's needed. His commitment encourages our students to lead, participate, and take pride in their school. He knows that these experiences are essential for students' growth and development, and his support empowers them to thrive. Perhaps one of his most appreciated qualities is his visible presence on campus. Rain or shine, or wind, like today, you'll find him walking the halls, greeting students with a smile, and connecting with the staff. He is approachable, attentive, and truly invested in our community, which has a positive effect on school morale. His visibility reassures everyone that he is there to support, listen, and celebrate the many accomplishments happening each day. With his leadership, dedication, and passion, he fosters a positive school climate that is welcoming and inclusive. We are so fortunate to have him as part of our team. His efforts have made a lasting difference, and we are all better because of his commitment to our school. So please join me in showing our heartfelt appreciation for one of our awesome assistant principals, Mr. Brian Pope.
Thank you very much, everybody. Ms. Irving, for those kind words that I'm sure Ms. Ramon paid you to say. But the people I really want to thank most can't be here tonight. My family, because life goes on, and I have kids who are in high school, so at practice, another one at travel ball practice, and somebody has to get them there. So the biggest thanks goes to my wife, my rock, and my part-time nurse. Because at this point in time, I'm a little surprised HR doesn't have a poll on what point in time of the year Pope's getting hurt. But thank you, everybody. It's a pleasure working for CJUSD as a product, as my wife and both my kids are, and I look forward to many more years. Thank you.
Yeah. Did you push him, Brandon?
Congratulations, Brian.
You got to stop talking back to your wife, dude.
I wish it was that way.
We're getting next to each other.
That's all the walks you do, bro. Thanks, Brian. Appreciate it.
Right. Another round of applause for Mr. Brian Pope. Thank you, Board President. That concludes our presentation.
Thank you, Mr. Enciso. All right. I think this is the time we've been waiting for here. You know, I've had, I could say, many years of having a pretty good understanding when an adult student takes and makes the effort to go out and get their high school diploma. I've seen it and I've heard many stories. I've heard the struggles. I've heard the efforts. I've heard where individuals are working and trying to get their diploma in the same time. We're very fortunate to be at a position that we reopened the Cone Joint Unified School District Adult School a few years back after it had been closed for a while. And we've also been very fortunate to get a principal, Mrs. Hatter, that brings amount of experience and knowledge to the position that she holds. But even more so, as I take a look at the gentlemen and the young women here that have made the effort to finish their education, knowing what that means, the importance of what it means, and only to know that they as individuals know the efforts that they put in for that. I've seen tears. I've seen people jump for joy over the many, many years that I've been involved with adult education myself as a profession. So I just want to go ahead and congratulate each and every one of you at this point. Welcome you here to the Board of Education and to our meeting. And with that being said, I'd like to open up item 3.2, Cone Joint Unified School District's Adult Education Presentation and Recognition of our graduates. And at this time, I will send the microphone over to Mrs. Hatter.
Thank you. Good evening, Board President Ibarra, board members, Superintendent Dr. Miranda, our wonderful CJ graduates, and their families and members of the audience. My name is Angela Hatter. I'm principal of the CJUSD Adult Education. And I've been in my role here for about 1 year and 5 months, and I'm so excited to be here with you this evening, celebrating our school and our graduates. I have many people here with me that I'd like to also introduce. In my 30 years of experience in adult education, I've learned that providing quality education is the work of a network of agencies working together and dedicated to providing wraparound services to help our students succeed. Today, we have our Inland Adult Education Consortium Director, Dr. Emma Diaz. Where are you? Yes. Oh, yeah. We also have Pedro Gonzalez, who is a transition counselor with San Bernardino Valley College here. We also have Maria Jimenez, who is the director of EQUIS, our WIOA Title I Youth Forward partner, is here. We have Mr. Scott Rain, the director of Colton Redlands Yucaipa Regional Occupational Program. And we have Ms. Noelle Chablet, who is our CRIROP CNA teacher, and they will be here talking about our CRIROP programs on campus at the adult school. Ms. Chablet will announce, she will introduce our CNA speaker, who is Yuri Galindo, a former graduate of CJ in 2022, who is also an IET CNA completer this year, 2024. She'll speak to us. Yes, not yet, not yet, not yet. And our counselor, Belen Luna Rubio, will introduce our adult diploma graduate speaker, Braden Arroyo, who is from the class of 2024. And we have one of our teachers, Gabriel Davila, who will announce our graduates at the end of our presentation today. I'd also like to thank our CJ staff and teachers who came out to support our graduates today. Thank you. Here we go. Before I begin, I always like to look at the mission of adult education. It's the reason why we're here. Our mission is to provide accessible and flexible educational opportunities to the adult members of our community as a means to improving lifelong workforce and learning skills which lead to a better quality of life. Our students will cultivate effective reading, writing, speaking, listening, and digital skills, and join with school, workplace, and the larger community to contribute. Our students will advance to post-secondary education, training, and career, and elevate physical and mental wellness. And I can say in the year and a half that I've been here, we have seen our students accomplish all of these things. Our CJ team, CJ is CJ Adult Education, just for those of you who don't know, it's our nickname that we adopted this year. We are small but mighty. We have 19 staff and 7 on-site partners. Our mornings operate with several programs, but our evenings are bustling with activity. We have 8 part-time teachers, 2 CRIROP teachers on site in the evenings, 2 child care sitters, our counselors and staff, all who work in the evenings. Our school is open all day, and I'm there all day most of the time, Monday through Thursdays from 8 until 8:30 at night, and Fridays we're there from 8 until 4:30. Adult education statewide offers several programs: ESL, citizenship, adult basic education, GED preparation, and adult school diplomas. But in my time here, what my goal has been is to elevate what we offer. We are now offering certified nurse assistant programs for adults. We have math essentials classes. We have ESL conversation. We have an ESL bridge class where we're helping our ESL students transition to GED or high school diploma. We've brought in Canvas learning management system, which many of you may have heard of. It's used in community colleges and universities as a way for students to organize their work, schoolwork, as well as the teachers. We're pursuing dual enrollment with San Bernardino Valley College this year and beyond. We are bringing in a North Star digital literacy program, which I'll talk a little bit about in a moment, as well as a PACE AI program for our ESL students and teachers. We've increased student outreach. We're increasing professional development for teachers. And everything we do now is focused on data. We look a lot at our data, and we're looking for ways always to improve the instruction so that our students can have higher gains. We also provide ways for students to learn from home. So we have an adult diploma program that's 100% online. Many of our students here participated in that program. We have GED preparation, which is hybrid, so students can be in class or online. We have ESL and IET CNA practice in class and online. When you hear IET, it's Integrated Education Training. So our CNA program is a little different from some programs. Our students are learning ESL and CNA at the same time. And our math essential classes are also online or in person. And our North Star Digital Literacy Program, which is new, coming soon, we will have opportunities for our students as well as the community and our staff within the district to study for free digital skills, where people can study online, Microsoft Office, Excel, as well as PowerPoint, and then once they pass their exams, they can get digital badges that they can put on resumes or put on their social media profiles. So that's coming soon. I'm really excited about that. And we also have a pilot program that is offered for ESL students and teachers called PACE AI. We do outreach through community and workforce events. In this photo, you see some of our students attending an SBVC orientation in April of last year, or of this year, earlier this year. We celebrated our graduates in April here, earlier this year. We had several of our students participate in Community Cabinet, also in April. We attend events like Trunk or Treat. We recently had an event online where our CNA teacher brought in a webinar for our CNA students. Loma Linda University Hospital senior recruiter was talking to them about opportunities at Loma Linda. And we participated in the CTE event that was recent as well. One of our partners, which you'll hear a little bit from in a few, organized a career and resource fair on campus. And as you can see, this is Equus, many familiar faces at our fair. It was July, it was pretty hot, but we had quite a few people come out to support the event. Since our last time here in April, we've had 20 more graduates from our diploma and GED program, and we've had 8 completers of our nursing assistant program, the IET program. And I'm really excited to see many of them here today because they have a licensure test tomorrow morning, and we're excited about it. They're very well prepared. We're so happy. This is our first cohort of our CNA program. Our CJ teachers and staff attended professional development this past summer at 2 conferences, CASAS and GED. We participated in many trainings throughout the year. And since April, we've had a huge accomplishment. We are now fully WASC accredited, which is awesome. Our accreditation validates our excellent programs. It shows our commitment to high standards. It's recognized worldwide. And what some people may not realize is that diplomas from accredited schools are required by universities, colleges, and the military. So it's a big deal for our school to have full accreditation. And it's retroactive. As President Ibarra mentioned, the school reopened in 2018. So all of our students who have been with us since then now will have an accreditation seal on their transcripts. It was a big project. When I started last July, I found out that we had an accreditation visit coming up, and just at that point, it was 9 months. The teachers weren't even back yet. And the teachers, we got together in August, and I said, you know, we have 8 months. We're gonna do this. We organized, we met every week for 8 months. And with a lot of dedication and hard work from teachers and partners, we were able to get prepared. So our WASC goals are student persistence, to increase our student persistence, to increase our student gains, and to enhance our program offerings. We have strong education and workforce partners, and that's one of the things I want to make sure we highlight today. Through partners, we're able to bring services directly to our students. On our campus, we have youth workforce services. We have SBVC college transition services. We do referrals to America's Job Center of California. We have GED testing and professional certification. And now we have career education for certified nurse assistant and vehicle maintenance technician. And what I'd like to do is invite Emma Diaz up and Pedro Gonzalez to say a little bit more about our partnerships.
Thank you, Angela. I just personally want to say thank you to the board, because when this started 10 years ago, I was hired in April of 2014. We didn't know what this looked like, but this was the vision we had of students coming through our programs. And so to the board, I thank you, President Ibarra and Superintendent Miranda, because you believed in what the vision we set in collective impact very early on, to say how do we work together and how do we address a gap in service that was in this area. So with the vision you had and believing in what we were going to do with the state, when they restructured adult education, the result was your campus. And so Angela is the third principal, but in this partnership, you know, we've had 10 years of success. We could see another 10 years happening. So thank you to each of you for believing in the vision of what we could do under collective impact. And so Pete is also the result of that, and I want him to speak a little bit about working with students at your campus. And congratulations to each one of you.
Good evening, all. Good evening, board. My name is Pete Gonzalez. I'm one of the transition counselors for San Bernardino Valley College. My role is to assist the students that are completing their GED or high school diplomas at CJ. No? Yes, CJ now. I like it. I like it. Transition into post-secondary education. Our role is ultimately to try to get them to Valley College with the different programs that we have available to them. But many of the students are looking for programs that we don't offer, so we assist them to go to other community colleges or other schools as well. So one thing that we want to mention is if you see the graduates that are up here, the ones that are wearing the Valley College medallions, those are students that have made the commitment to transition to San Bernardino Valley College and either have started or will be starting classes here in the near future. So we want to congratulate all of them on your great accomplishment. We want to congratulate you on continuing your education, and just know that we're always here to support you and help you in whatever it is that you need. Very proud of all of you. Thank you.
Thank you. I'd now like to invite Maria Jimenez up to the podium to say a few words about Equus.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here and also to be able to share more about the program and the collaboration that I have with Angela in the school. So we are Equus Workforce Solutions, and we are a partner with the County of San Bernardino Youth Forward. So again, as Equus is a provider of the County of San Bernardino, and our goal is to serve youth in our community ages 16 to 24. And some of the services we provide free is work-based learning. So basically work experience. We can support participants for up to 120 hours that we will support them with. Also, we do occupational skill training, and we focus on different industries, and they receive credentials and demand occupations. So some of them is like CNA, welding, construction, auto shop, truck driving, just to name a few. We also provide career explorations. We meet with our participants and we help them, find out what kind of future they want, and then we guide them into the pathway and pipeline to meet that. Also, we are working with apprenticeships. We also support our youth in getting them into work and also the school at itself, and then we create this apprenticeship. So being that we are co-located in the school, it's an easier way for us to support the students that come to the school. And again, wraparound services. Some of the other services we also provide is, gas cars, transportation for them, anything that they need for to be able to meet all these services that we provide. So we are definitely making an impact with Angela, and we are here to support our community. And Colton is actually one of the cities that I support from the County of San Bernardino. So I am very thrilled to be here and to be in this partnership and also support our students to get to where they need to be. Thank you.
Thank you. I'd like now to invite Director Rain and CNA teacher Ms. Chablais to talk about partnerships with CRIROP and the programs that are on our campus.
Good evening. Thank you guys so much for having us, and we want to share that CRIROP has had a phenomenal partnership with Colton Unified, and we've had that for over 50 years. One of our strongest aspects that we bring is our community partnerships. One thing that we pride ourselves on is knowing that it takes a community to get these students across the finish line, and boy, it's more than evident what you're going to hear tonight with our graduates of our CNA program, just what the community's done to support them. So let me introduce myself. My name is Scott Rain. I am the new Student Services Director for Colton Redlands Yucaipa ROP. I have spent the last 8 years more on the K-12 side, and so for the last month and a half, I've learned a lot about our adult programs and our phenomenal partnership with Colton Adult School. And Ms. Hatter has taken me under her wing in supporting me and understanding all of the intricacies of bringing these programs to life, but then also the great work that we've done over the years to build immersive programs that support our students with eliminating barriers to entry when it comes to employment and ensuring that they are well equipped to put them at the front of the line when it comes to gaining that employment. So let's go ahead and go to that second. Do I have it? Perfect. Awesome. One aspect that folks don't know too much about us at CRIROP is that we're a testing center. We partner with Pearson VUE. This is one of those examples of what we provide to our community to eliminate those barriers. As you know, as a testing center that's proctored, we hold testing opportunities for students to test for their GED, the CBEST, the CSET. Our CNA programs test through our Pearson Center. It's really nice for our students to be able to not only go through their program, but then at the end of their program, cross that finish line, start and finish with CRIROP. One great enhancement that we have for our community is that not only do we have the main testing center there at our CRIROP district facility in Redlands, but then we also have a testing center right here at Colton Adult School, right? We also have one in Yucaipa, which is really welcomed by that community. I'm going to talk briefly about our vehicle maintenance technician program. This program has been at Colton Adult School for some time now. It is 300 hours. And when I say that it's an immersive program, boy, do I mean it. They get 180 hours in the class with a teacher that is professional grade. But then they spend 120 hours in the field at both Tom Bell Chevrolet and the San Bernardino County Fleet Management Department, where they get hands-on and they're working in a setting to where they're putting vehicles back on the road. It's great to have testament from these students as to just not only the practicality of what they're learning in the classroom, but then immediately in that same week, they're able to put their skills to work and have an employer that's there testing those skills, making sure that, that what they're doing is actually industry relevant. Really proud of our Certified Nursing Assistant program. This is our first year going after the IET CNA program, and on the heels of what my predecessor, Director Sandy Mortensen, and Ms. Hatter have put together, it's really something special, and it's something that we can all be proud of. And all of you sitting here with your tassels dangling, you guys were our guinea pigs. And beyond that, the stories and the life stories that I've heard, not only from your instructor, but at your small graduation that we had, was really special to hear. So I'm glad that Noelle Shively is here to share some of that with you, and I'm going to hand it over.
Hello, good evening. My name is Noelle Shebley. I'm a registered nurse, and I also have the privilege of teaching the certified nursing assistants in the IET program. We have two paths for students to become certified nursing assistants. The first path is our high school after-school program that prepares students for employment as nurse assistants. In that program, we teach patient care skills, observations, and we do take the students out to geriatric long-term care facilities out in the community. Our goal is to help them be successful in the workplace by bringing our industry knowledge into the classroom and then carrying that through in the community. Employability skills, of course, are very important, and we set workplace expectations so that we support them through that while they're in class with us, and then when we take them out into the community, we help them meet those workplace expectations that are going to be so important once they start working. Our programs are also very immersive, 96 hours of classroom instruction, and then 110 clinical hours out in the community, working directly with patients and residents and the healthcare staff, the whole healthcare team. At the end of that, they take a state certification exam. It's a very comprehensive exam. They have to learn 22 direct patient care skills, and they're tested on 5. They have to demonstrate 5 of those skills, as well as take a written exam to be state certified. The second path is our newest program, our Integrated Education Training Program, which incorporates ESL and for our GED and adult diploma students. CRIROP is in partnership with Colton Joint Unified School District, and it's a free integrated class. It does have a few very low associated fees for their uniforms, fingerprinting, licensing, CPR. Those things are all required by the state for them to start working as a healthcare provider. 17 weeks, and that does include the clinical experience. There are scholarships and grants available, as well as payment plans. It is a $3,000 value. Out in the community, if they were to go to a private school to receive this training, it does cost between $2,000 and $3,000. So it is a great value, and it's just a great program and opportunity.
Thank you. I just want to say one thing that when I first started, I saw the beautiful lab that was on our campus, and it had lots of equipment for CNA. It was the high school program that I saw initially, and my reaction was, we need this in adult ed. We need to create something. So I did work with the previous director, and we put together a proposal, and now we have graduates from our first cohort of adult students, and I'm so excited about this. So good. So as you can see, we have a lot going on in adult education and lots of enhancements, great work with our education partners, our workforce partners. And before we recognize our graduates and completers, I'd like to provide the board an opportunity to ask any questions about our programs and services.
Okay, first of all, I just want to say thank you to all the presenters that came today to help celebrate these wonderful students' accomplishments of graduating. Is there any questions from any members of the board? Yes, Israel.
Just a comment.
Yes.
Thank you again. I'm gonna kind of ditto what the board president said. Thank you to all of you who participate and make this happen for our students. This is another opportunity for our students to become nurses, to become those professionals out there in the field. And to see many of you going to Valley College, right on. And if I could, when I see you, I'm gonna fist bump you. I'm at Valley College almost every day because I do have a daughter who's just started Valley College. So I'm very excited for each and every one of you for graduating, for getting that certification, and becoming those leaders in our community. Especially those healthcare leaders in our community, because we do need them. We need them out there. We need nurses, we need doctors, we need all types of people out there. And I'm very, very happy. I'm excited to see the things that are going to happen at CJ. And so I'm very, very excited. So my hat's off to you guys and to our team, our teachers. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Israel.
Well, first of all, I want to say to Principal Hatter, I think you know that I'm one of your biggest fans. of everything that you've done. And if you don't know that, I'm here to tell you today to remove all doubt. What you have done in this 1 year and 5 months is short of amazing. It's just absolutely incredible. I was present with at your WASC exit review, and having WASC accreditate, I can't even say the word, accreditation, it is a big deal. It is a big deal. And because I know it takes a lot of work and a lot of prepping and a lot of conversations to get to a good WASC review. I myself have been on WASC visitation teams all over Southern California, and I think I know a little bit about what an excellent program looks like, and this is an excellent program. As you know, your team that came to visit and spend time with you, as a driver, they did the report. They spent, I don't know how many days did they say, 4 days with you. You know, this team goes in and talks to everybody, looks at every program, interviews, you know, students, parents. I mean, it's a very intense program, and they spent 4 days. And I can tell you, they did their report, and they walked to their car, and they were like, wow. They really did. They were like, this is amazing. So I just want to congratulate you and continue the great work. Okay.
Thank you, Bertha. Yes, Pat.
I know we want to get to the graduates. Ms. Hatter, thank you for everything you've done. As my colleagues have said, 1 year and 5 months, that's tremendous. And to the graduates, I want to say congratulations. You should be really proud of yourself. You are an example to others because of your persistence and not giving up. And I think that is something to be beyond proud of. That's all I wanted to say.
Thank you, Pat.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, we have a question.
Thank you, thank you. I do have a question, and I'd love to follow up because in my work life, this is something that we're working with our families and our individuals that are looking to graduate from high school, and I'm just curious about the options. Flexibility is so important in adult education because folks are working, folks have families, there's childcare issues, transportation, accessibility, affordability. What I've seen, and it's wonderful that there's opportunities to learn from home and use online, but probably the number one request that we get from the residents that we serve who are working towards their high school diploma is they'd love to see hybrid formats where, of course, it's great to be able to work from home, but being in a classroom or at least having some face-to-face time with instructors and teachers really helps. Because again, around this idea that everybody learns differently, and sometimes you need to have that. Do we offer that? Is that an option at times for folks that have more of a hybrid approach where they can certainly do things at home, but also have some face time and interact with one another and with their instructors or teachers?
Yeah, that's something we've talked a lot about. What we have done, we do have opportunities for students to come in and work in a lab. So they don't have to work at home, they can come and work in our assessment center, and we do have several who take advantage of that opportunity. When it comes to classes online, some of it is space related. I'm going to throw that out there. Because at night, our classrooms are pretty full. So bringing additional teachers on for the face-to-face, 2 things, space and funding, because those are additional hours. But what I have talked with some of our teachers about is doing workshops. So if we have students who, maybe there's several students who need a workshop in math on a particular topic, bringing the students in person for that. And we actually, Mr. Davila, who's here, he actually does do that on occasion, bring students in person for specific workshops. That's something that I do want to expand more, because I agree, not everyone learns at home the best. There are lots of distractions, et cetera. So that's something for us to look at for the future. If we have more space, more funding, and just looking at different ways. Our funding is really tight. So in looking at enhancements, my objective has been, okay, what can we do with little or no funding that can make things more accessible, more interesting, more engaging? And so that's our first approach. And looking at new things in the future is what we'll be doing moving forward.
I appreciate that, and I'm sure it's great to get feedback from our participants and the students, because I think the more that we can create opportunities and custom design it where it fits where many of our folks are at. And I love the idea of workshops, because really that's what they're asking for. Is it's great to do the coursework in the classes. I can do that, they'll say, but being able to take my work and sit with somebody and say, hey, did I do it right? What did I miss? So the idea of having a workshop or a one day where they can come in with work from various subjects and talk through it with somebody and work through it with somebody would be ideal. So I appreciate everything that we're doing. I look forward to growing and expanding and creating the opportunities, because the need is really there. It really, truly is. And I'm so excited that we can present an opportunity for folks to complete and earn their diplomas and move on. So thank you.
Thank you, Dan. Okay. Joanne.
Thank you. Thank you so much for this presentation tonight. Adult education is always, since I've been myself in high school a long time ago, I remember my mom grew up during the Depression and had to leave school because they couldn't afford to have her stay at the farm. She had to go work outside in the city. And when I was in high school, Mom got sick, couldn't go back to work, but she went to adult school. And I thought, why would you do that? I mean, you're just getting over being sick and you got a family. But you know, she worked so hard. And when I see all of you sitting there, I know you all have your own stories. And those stories are important to share, because the impact that left on me as her daughter, and I know the neighborhood kids that when we grew up, you really are role models. And a lot of people, as our colleagues have said, there's a lot of people who would like to be able to go on and continue, and let them know that this is possible, because you're enriching your life, you're making a difference not only for yourself and your family, but all the community, and you're making our community stronger. So congratulations, I know all the work. It's exciting for me because I know Mom, there was just basics they taught back then. And to see how our program in adult ed has changed and it keeps growing and you bring in more and more. There's so much opportunity today. And grab that opportunity and do something for yourself with it. And you've already proven that you can do it. So congratulations, and thank you so much for being that.
Thank you, Joanne. Israel?
Yeah, one more. I have a question, actually, a comment again. Have we ever thought of having a GED program for Spanish speakers?
We actually do have a GED program for Spanish
Okay,
speakers.
great.
So,
Great.
the thing about Spanish speakers, well, everyone's busy. And so what we have is kind of a combination GED program, ESL. So we really do want to promote learning English. So for our ESL students, we offer Spanish GED as one of the options. It takes a lot of time, though. And student persistence is one of our goals, to really increase that persistence. So we're looking at ways to make it accessible and to really motivate people to stick with it, because the GED is not an easy test. It takes a lot of time and commitment, and that's one of our goals, to really get our students to focus in and to be like that cheerleader, to make sure that they can, they know that with the persistence, they can pass those tests. So yeah, we do have that.
And that's great that you're doing the ESL and the GED at the same time, so they get to learn English, they get to do the GED at the same time. Because I remember back in the day when my dad took his GED, it was in English, and my dad was a little bit speaking Espanol, you know, a little bit of English, but he was able to get it done. But thank you, I appreciate that, to hear that we do have that program available. Thanks.
Okay, just one last comment for me is the fact that over the years that I've been in education and working with a variety of different programming, you know, we learn to understand that and appreciate the other programs that we are able to partner with, because the more opportunities for us to bring in the ROPs, the adult ed programs, and all the other programs that service our students, it's just going to allow us to provide a greater, more stronger program and to our students throughout our whole school district. And as we know, the more that we're able to work together, the stronger we become. So, I just have to say that, for the benefit of all our students as we go through the years, it's important for us to continue the partnerships that we do have and to work together with all our partners to help support the success of all our students. So, I just want to say thank you to all our partners out there. I've been fortunate enough to be part and the representative to CRIROP for 25 years from this school board. And of course, I'm a strong advocate of adult education, obviously, because of what I do for a living. So with that, let's go ahead and let's begin the ceremony.
Thank you. We'd now like to celebrate our graduates, and I'd like to invite Ms. Chablais up to introduce our next speaker.
Our next speaker is Miss Yuri Galindo. She has just finished in our IET Nurse Assistant program, and I want to just say a few words about Miss Galindo. I'm really proud of her. She did a wonderful job during this program. She really approached every challenge with enthusiasm. During her time in the healthcare facility, she definitely would always say, I can do that, anything that was asked of her. I know she's going to have a wonderful career as a certified nurse assistant. She is so professional, really embraces teamwork, and with her other students, she really worked well with them, and anybody that ever needed help, she was right there. She's really accomplished a lot, and I'm very proud of her.
Thank you. Thank you. Good evening. Good evening, everybody. I'm a little bit nervous, as you can tell. I want to start with a quote by Robin Kiyosaki. The future is created by what we do today, not tomorrow. This quote always spoke to me, guided me to actions and decisions, inspired me to begin in my journey of self-improvement, starting with my desire to learn English as my second language. My first language is Spanish, you can tell. From there, by chance, I attended to ELEC meeting where Ms. Rubio spoke about the GED, which was offered by Colton Joint Unified School District, and yes, I succeeded to obtain my GED. Having my GED gave me a lot of opportunities. After 2 years, I thought myself, what next? So I heard about the IT CNA program at adult school, and there I was again, visiting the school that helped me before. Now, after 17 weeks, I will be receiving my CNA certification. For me, as an adult and mother who did not have the opportunity to study in my home country, earning my GED represents much more than just a certificate. It symbolizes pride, it signifies I'm sorry about the word, perseverance. Most importantly, it proves to me that I can achieve more than I had never thought possible. Each step we take today leads to the foundation of future. But pursuing my education, I'm not just setting an example for myself, but also for my children. I want them to see that hard work and determination can lead to success, no matter what the obstacle we face. In addition, having my CNA certification, it carried me with the belief that it's never too late to chase our dreams and create a future we can be proud of. This is just a stepping stone for me. Next, who knows? There's so many possibilities. Thank you very much for your time and your support.
Thank you, Ms. Galindo. I'd now like to invite Belen Luna Rubio our counselor to introduce our next speaker.
Good evening. I just want to say a couple of words about this young gentleman. When he came through our doors, I knew he was on a mission. And when I explained our program to him, he said, "I'm ready to go." He plowed through our program, and now he's pursuing his secondary education at Valley College. And with no further ado, I would like to introduce Braden Arroyo.
Hello and good evening, President Ibarra, Board of Education, Superintendent Miranda, and community members. Thank you all for being here to support our accomplishments. My name is Braden Ian Arroyo, and I'm a resident of Colton. I am honored to be here in front of you, giving a speech I never thought I would have the opportunity to give at all. 10 years ago, if anyone would have told me I would be asked to speak at any kind of meeting, I would have said, "I don't speak, but let me grab my guitar and I'll play you a song." I was cocky and naive when I dropped out of school almost a decade ago. I told myself, well, my father never graduated high school and he's done well with his life. Well, that was in 1978. Things are a little bit different now. I did, however, find a job in the diesel industry the same year I dropped out of high school, and it did pay well until it didn't. I needed certifications to move into the upper echelons of diesel work. 3 years later, I was capped and earning $17.50 per hour, doing the same job other people in my field were doing, but they were making $35 per hour straight out of school. This frustrated me because my tools, my toolbox, my Snap-on account were quite expensive each week, and I could barely afford to live in my tiny one-bedroom apartment behind the Walmart on Washington Street in Colton. I loved my job, but I grew to be very resentful. The owner would send fleet mechanics to special training in other states to obtain information on systems we were working on and receive certificates for training, hence more money to be earned. I was already the head of the fuel injector department at work and was the first and only apprentice in 25 years to be training in the fuel pump department. I invested my time and my money in the company, so why not invest in me? However, each year that went by, I made my case to send me to the trainings. I was given excuses each year and promised that next year would be different. If this were a Hallmark movie, you'd probably think that this story had a happy ending, and I got my wish. Unfortunately for me, this was when I learned that not only was I expendable in my company, but it was cheaper to let me go and pay the other guys a little more. It was the first lesson in my life that I learned about business. If you don't make yourself indispensable, you are just another number that can be easily erased. After that, every job I had became harder and harder to keep and find. As I grew older and my resume grew more extensive with more and more jobs and less time spent at each one, I realized I had become someone I did not recognize. As a child, I had always dreamed of being that guy who worked for the same company for decades until he retired. I never understood the person who went from job to job. What kind of life is that? So in January of 2024, this year, I enrolled at Colton Joint Adult Education to pursue my GED, not realizing the school had offered a diploma program. I took my assessment test with Miss Maria Felix. A few days later, I received an email from Miss Rubio informing me that I was eligible for the program if interested. I was thrilled, to say the least, to be allowed to fix my past mistakes. The diploma program was very user-friendly, and if I had any issues or questions, I would have Mr. Matthew Sutherland, Miss Felix, and Miss Rubio ready to help me through the process. So on July 13th, I obtained my high school diploma and enrolled at San Bernardino Valley College the same month. I thank Miss Balloon Rubio and her staff who made everything possible. I'm just getting started with my college career, and I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do. Possibly journalism, not sure yet, but we'll see. Still, I know that I plan on pursuing a bachelor degree, and I will never let myself be in a situation again where I don't have the education or the expertise to back up my goals. I have a loving and supportive girlfriend and family who encourage me every day to chase the dreams I once thought were lost to me. It is a blessing to be here, and it was a blessing to speak to you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Mr. Arroyo. At this time, I'd like to invite Gabriel Davila, to come forward. Thank you. So that we can recognize all of our graduates. We'll do this by calling up our CNA completers first. I'm going to get into the front. Please come forward if you are a CNA completer, and we'll recognize you first. After we call your name, then you can return to your seats.
Come on, Yudi. Yudi Galindo, my goal is to become a registered nurse. Hesia Sanchez, I'm so happy to become a CNA. Elizabeth Espinoza, I'm so happy for the opportunity that you gave us as parents to become something else for society. Evelia Diaz, I'm so happy to become a CNA. Karina Koslova, my goal is to get RN and keep going. Don't give up. Maria Sauntina, she wants to be an anesthesiologist assistant. Okay, G&D and diploma students, let's get ready. Braden Arroyo, my goal is to further my education and create my own future. Juan Lopez, my goal is to get an associate's degree in accounting. Trina Faith Prieto Estrada, I plan on going to ultrasound school. Antonio Navarra Magana, HVAC, and start family with my fiance. Sergio Jimenez, and he says it's never too late. Nandy Cryer, to live a life through God. Tatiana Monterosa, go to college and then become an animal control officer and to rescue lots of dogs.
There's one more thing. We will have our diploma and GED graduates. Please stand. Diploma and GED graduates, take your tassels in your hand and move your tassel from right to left. I'm pleased to announce our 2024 graduates. Thank you. We'd like to take a picture with the board, if this is a good time. You want to go this way and then take a picture? All right. All right. a large group photo. All of our graduates and CNAs in the front, and then we'll do a group photo for those who would like to take a photo.
At this time, the Board of Education will take a 10-minute break so the graduates could take pictures with family and friends.
Tomorrow for our steering committee meeting, so yeah, see you in the morning. Congratulations. Good luck tomorrow. Thanks for coming out. Thank you so much. Yes. Well, keep us, informed about things. Yes, thank you so much. Good luck. Good luck. Watch out, hot mic. So next time, each time we've had more and more people participate. So next time, it'll be, we'll have more, and then after that, we'll do our own graduation. You will, yeah, you'll start building it. I agree.
This is a great venue to have it at.
Yeah, it's also like marketing. Sure. Yeah. I told people we should have the postal mailer be like any parent on GED at Colton. Yes, definitely.
Is your next class for the CNAs?
It's going to start January. So I'm going to send out, we were tweaking because we're expanding it. So it's not just going to be this graduation. I can go out if you're going to give it to me. Either Jessica or Jennifer. Yeah. When you're done, you can go. Tomorrow.
Yeah, we have students asking already.
Yeah, we're going to send out that flyer. I did the last tweaking of it today. I think it should be in my email ready to go.
Send it over.
So we're going to be open for non-grads and our ASOS.
Oh, awesome.
It'll be a winner.
Let us know. We'll get it out there. We have a lot of students asking.
Good. That's good to hear. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. We're not here yet. Okay, let's go ahead. It's now 7:20. Board of Education's back in session. Let's move on to public hearing, which is, I will close the open session and open up the public hearing. 4.1, Cone School Employee Association, CSEA Sunshine Proposal for Cone Joint Unified School District. At this time, I invite the CSEA representative to read out loud the articles. No? Okay. No. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we could reverse it. Yes. Okay, we're going to go ahead and momentarily close 4.1 and then open item 4.2, which is Cone Joint Unified School District Sunshine 4 Cone School Employee Association, CSEA. And at this time, I'd like to invite Dr. Day to the podium, please.
Good evening, Board President Ibarra, board members, Superintendent Dr. Miranda, and members of the audience. The Cone Joint Unified School District submits the following initial proposal for the 2024-25 reopeners to the collective bargaining agreement with the California School Employees Association and its chapter number 244. The district is interested in bargaining the following articles. Article 6, compensation. Article 8, health and welfare benefits. Article 12, leave provisions. Article 17, disciplinary action and dismissal procedures. Appendix 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. This list is not exhaustive, and the district reserves the right to make additional proposals as the negotiations progress. Additional subjects of meeting and negotiating arising after the presentation of this initial proposal shall be made public within 24 hours pursuant to Government Code 3547D. The district is also reviewing all other provisions of the collective bargaining agreement for the 25-26 school year. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Day. Okay. What are the wishes of the board at this time? Okay. We're going to close item 4.2 at this time. We can wait, that would be one, or we can entertain the fact that when they do return, we reopen 4.1 at that time. Okay. So we'll move on and we'll move forward. Okay. All right. So we're going to move on into 5.1, which is a public comment for items on the agenda and items that are not on the agenda. Board bylaws 93:23 states that the individual speaker shall be allowed 3 minutes to address the board on each agenda or non-agenda item. The board shall limit the total time for public input on each item to 15 minutes. With board consent, the president may increase or decrease the time allowed for public presentation depending on the topic and the number of persons wishing to be heard. The president may take a poll of speakers for or against a particular issue and may ask the additional persons speak only if they have something new to add. First card, Christina Parachi.
Good evening, Board President Ibarra, board members, Superintendent Dr. Miranda, and members of the audience. My name is Christina Parachi. I'm an Association of Colton Educators president. Today, I would like to recognize and celebrate a truly remarkable team of individuals whose hard work and unwavering dedication have made a powerful impact on our community and our schools, the ACE Political Action Committee. These individuals have given countless hours of their time, their energy, and their commitment in support of our incumbents and Measure BB for the Colton Joint Unified School District. Their efforts are paving the way for a brighter future for our students, teachers, and community as a whole. I'd like to acknowledge and extend our deep gratitude to each of these exceptional team members. Molly Green, some of them couldn't make it tonight, but Cindy Phelps, Jet Villarreal, Nina Torres, Garrison, Gail Collard, Christine Jandenian, Pamela Townsend, Ann Bartlett. He had to go put Easy to sleep. Came and she was patient and she was doing her dual immersion homework diligently, and some other volunteers. Your dedication and spirit have been truly inspiring. Through your work, you have shown us what it means to stand up for what we believe and to work tirelessly to make positive change happen. Your efforts on behalf of Measure BB and the incumbents we supported, will be felt for years to come, and we could not be prouder of how more grateful for everything you have done. Your hard work, countless hours in ACE office, passion and dedication have made a difference, and we look forward to continuing this journey with each of you by our side. Thank you, team.
Next card, Lisa Villa.
Good evening. My name is Lisa Villa, and I reside in Colton. I just heard one of you say a lot of kids give up. And I also heard we have many kids that struggle. It breaks my heart that you know this. What are we doing that a lot of kids don't feel they have anyone to go to, that they give up? Those kids that gave up matter. A school board member is elected by the communities that they serve to reflect the needs and desires of the residents regarding their local schools. You are supposed to ensure that the Colton School District is responsive to the values, beliefs, and priorities that we want, not what you want. I have been coming to the Colton School District board meetings on a consistent basis for 3 straight years with facts our communities want and the needs that we want, and it went absolutely nowhere. I actually became a target, and you allowed me to be harassed and singled out time and time again. Those desires and wants of the community that I brought to you went absolutely nowhere. Have a great night.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Villa. Our next is Charlemagne Gaitan. Hi, how are you? Please state your name and your city, please.
Okay. My name is Charmaine Guyton, and I live in Victorville, California. I'm actually here as an advocate for Mr. Brandon Blanding, who is one of your parents at Grand Terrace Elementary. He's the father of Kieran Blanding, who is a first grade student. Earlier this morning, Mr. Blanding did send you and the superintendent and the principal of Grand Terrace an email regarding an incident and incidences that have occurred with his child. The first incident occurred earlier this year where his child was referred to counseling services without him being informed. Mr. Blanding has been fighting for 5 years for his parental rights. He does have joint legal custodial rights. However, the school has failed to honor his joint legal custodial rights on multiple occasions. Recently, on November 1st, his child was ill. His child was supposed to be in his custody. The school does have a copy of the custody order that on the first, third, and fifth week, the child is in the custody of the father. However, the school secretary decided to call the child's mother instead. The child's mother came and picked up the child. She then, in turn, refused to release the child to Mr. Blanding, and Mr. Blanding was forfeited his visitation for that weekend. That, as a result, is affecting the child's emotional well-being. In addition to now they are going to be in court starting tomorrow because of the failure of the school to uphold the joint legal custody agreement. In addition to that, following that incident on, I think it was on Friday, he received a call from the principal asking him to please not come to the school and visit his son in the morning and tell his son good morning, which is within his joint legal custody rights. He received a call from the school officer, Deputy Rodriguez. Deputy Rodriguez did ensure him that he is within his joint legal custody rights, that he is not violating any legal orders. However, when Mr. Blanding tried to have a conversation with the school principal regarding this, she very rudely asked him to not come visit and then hung up the phone in his face. This is a terrible issue because now this man who has been fighting for his rights, who has won and has joint legal custody, is being denied his joint legal custodial rights regarding the education and the well-being of his son when he is on that campus. This is a huge problem. I'm an educator. If you can't tell, I've been in education for the past 21 years. That's why I'm standing here for him. As an advocate, I know the system, and this is not what we are supposed to do when it comes to children and what is in their best interest. It is in their best interest to have both parents active within their education. Oh, am I out of time?
Okay.
Am I out of time?
Yes, you
Okay.
are. But let me just respond real quickly. We did receive the email, just so you could be assured that we did that. The process that we do is anytime we receive any concerns like that, we forward it to, or we discuss it with the superintendent. The superintendent will reach out to both of you to bring you in so that we could discuss it further. Because since this is a private issue, when students are involved, it's a private issue. We would prefer that rather, number one, I thank you for bringing the issue to our attention. But what we'll need to do is have you come, and they'll contact you, and then we could discuss that at that particular point in time and find out exactly what's happening. Because like this is new to us as far as this particular issue and incident. So we need to find out all the information we can, why things are happening and why things are not happening. So expect a call. We do have your information, and we will be reaching out from the superintendent's office.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming forth.
Excuse me. So Anthony, he's going to be here. Can we get Kevin, though, to do it? He's CSC, right?
Okay, so let's go ahead and, we'll move on. Any other cards, Joanne? Thank you. Okay. Let's go ahead and take a look at action item session action. Items 6.1 through 6.46. And we will pull 6.2 for separate consideration. At this time, is there any items that anyone would like to pull for separate consideration?
I don't want to pull it, but I do have a comment before we vote. on 6.3.
Okay.
Yes, 6.3.
Very good. All right. With that said, at this point, I'll entertain a motion for approval of items 6.1 through 6.46, with the exception of 6.2.
I'll move that.
Thank you. And a second, please.
I'll second.
Okay, thank you, Dan. Okay. I have a motion by Board Member Israel Fuentes and second by Board Member Dan Flores to approve items 6.1 through 6.46 with the exception of 6.2. And we do have a comment on 6.3.
I just want to say I'm glad that we are doing this. The Rotary does a lot for the students in our schools, and I know that we received a reply in regards to all the things that they do. And I just wanted to make a comment on the RILA. They do that camp every year for students in our district, and it's always a boy and girl that gets to go. They're two separate camps. It's a Rotary Youth Leadership Awakening Camp, and I highly support this program. My daughter did it when she was in high school, and it was a great experience. She learned a lot, and it helped her to decide a lot of things that she wanted to do in life. So I just wanted to bring up that 6.3. I really think that it's a great idea that we are going to become actual members, especially since they do a lot for us.
Thank you, Pat. Yes. Okay, we do have a first and second on those particular items. If there's no other comments, questions, or concerns, all those in favor indicate by stating aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Anyone abstain? So we have on a motion by Israel Fuentes, second by Dan Flores, and carried on a 6-0 vote with Bernice Sandoval absent. The board approves the actions 6.1 through 6.46 with the exception of 6.2. Okay. Let's take a look at action item 6.2, which is the adoption of resolution number 25-44 on board compensations for missed meeting for Thoreen Ojeda. At this time, I'll entertain a motion for approval, please.
No motion.
Pat and Bertha. Okay. So I have a motion by Board Member Pat Harrell and second by Board Member Bertha Flores to approve action item 6.2. All those in favor indicate by stating aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Anyone abstain? Okay. We have, so on a motion by Board Member Pat Harrell and second by Board Member Bertha Flores and carried on a 5-0-1, abstention being Joanne Thoreen Ojeda, and absent board member being Bernice Sandoval. The board voted to approve action item 6.2 with board member Thoreen Ojeda abstaining. Thank you. Okay. Wow. All right, let's go right into administrative reports. We have 7.1, which is approved disbursements. 7.2, approved change order for Cone High School CTE Culinary Arts Project per Board Resolution 24-69. Item 6.3, approved change orders for Grand Terrace High School Track and Turf Project per Board Resolution 23.74. Item 7.4, Uniform Complaint Procedure, Quarterly Report Summary for July through September of 2024, and the Williams Quarterly Uniform Complaint Report Summary for July through September of 2024, that's 7.5. There will be no facility update, and I believe our president of ACE has spoken. and we're still waiting for CSCA president to arrive. No MAC update. We won't have an ROP unless it's next week. So let's see. We'll move right into our superintendent communique.
Thank you, Board President, board members. Good evening, everyone, and here and online. And I'll make this quick so we can get President Guadarrama up here for a second here. I wanted to start off. Thank you to Ms. Parachi, who already made the announcement of Measure BB. If we can go with the first slide, I appreciate that. Again, just thrilled to share this fantastic news with everyone about Measure BB and the passing, and I'll just say overwhelming approval rate of 67.86%. This is a remarkable achievement reflecting the strong support from our community for our schools. The bond will empower us to enhance and modernize our facilities district-wide, ensuring that our students, again, our students and staff have the learning environments they deserve. I want to extend my heartfelt gratitude, and I mean that, to our dedicated staff, our invaluable district partners, and of course, the voters who made this possible. This was truly a team effort and demonstrates that we can achieve when we come together for our children's future. Mr. Fromm, just shout out, and his team, they started this process a while back, about, just feels like for a long time ago, and we got there. So I wanted to especially shout out to your team, Greg, for the work. Now, as we celebrate this victory, the real work begins. Hello? Director Chang, get ready. No. And his talented team, of course, he's just he has an incredible team, small but mighty, will be diligently crafting recommendations for the board, setting the stage for exciting improvements ahead. And then together, we're going to turn this vision into reality. And again, just thank you once again. Thank you to the vision for the board, just your leadership and allowing us to put this on there and having that vision. It's with your leadership that we make these things happen. And staff go out there, and we're going to make this happen for the community, for our children. We are committed every single day in this district to do the best we can and inspire students for success. The adult school, you see the graduates, you see that, you see our why. And so just very, very proud of the work that was done for this. Next slide, just wanted to talk about something that is a tradition here. I'll tell you, the 14th annual Jacket Drive is here. I'm excited to announce Student Services is hosting its 14th annual Jacket Drive. What a wonderful initiative to kick off the holidays here. It aims to collect warm jackets for our students in need. Donations can be dropped off at the Student Services here at 850, right, Dr. Ortiz? Yeah, and we will ensure that these jackets are distributed before winter break. There's so many kids in need that don't have jackets, and you see that, or just inadequate clothing for winter. Even though we don't have cold months here, we get to 60 degrees and we start freezing, but it's still it's just a special thank you to Student Services for doing this every single year. For staff to coordinate this worthy cause is unbelievable, and makes a huge, significant difference in the lives of our students. And I encourage everyone to consider donating a jacket. Your generosity can help keep a child warm this winter. It means a lot. So thank you to Student Services for leading the charge on that. And then my last slide for the night is attendance incentives. Again, recognizing the amazing efforts during the September Attendance Awareness Competition, which ran from September 3rd through October 4th across schools from TK through 8th grade. This competition highlighted the critical importance, and we know the correlation between a good attendance for our students and achievement and doing well. So thank you to the students and families for putting a big effort into this. And our schools were in competition. You see that. Low competition doesn't hurt anybody, so they fiercely were battling for the title of the best class on campus, measured by the highest attendance rates. The winning class from each school earned a refreshing treat. Now, is it Tiz Ice? Tiki, okay, Tiki shaved ice as a reward for their dedication. I know them as raspados, but, shaved ice, yeah. Yeah, anyways, I heard they're really good when you put the condensed milk on top, right? All right. Yeah, syrup. Is that what it is? Condensed milk, syrup, whatever. I saw that in Hawaii. Yeah, everybody has their own taste. Okay, moving on. All right. I'll put tapatio on there if I have to. All right, I'm messing this up here. That's it. But attendance does matter. I want to thank the schools for putting an effort, and thank you to all the administrators. We need to continue to have our kids be there, and you guys are doing an awesome job with that. And of course, Student Services, Christy, for leading that. You guys do amazing work there. All right, with that is my communique this evening. Board President, I turn it back over to you.
Thank you, Superintendent Miranda. At this time, before we go into board member comments, we're going to go back to public hearing. We're going to open up item 4.1, which is the Cone School Employee Association, CSK, Sunshine Proposal for Cone Joint Unified School District.
Good evening, Board President Ibarra, board members, Superintendent Dr. Miranda, and member of the audience. Anthony Guadarrama, CSA Chapter President, Colton 244. I apologize for my quick absence. There was a little miscommunication between my wife and myself, mainly myself, on who was picking up our daughter tonight, so I got that panicked call, where are you? And yeah, so sorry about that. Congratulations to our graduates tonight. That was really exciting, really motivating. Exciting. Congratulations on the passing of Measure BB, and congratulations to our newly re-elected board members. Look forward to working with all of you. Tonight I'll be reading the CSCA 2024-2025 Reopener Negotiation Sunshine Proposal. The California School Employees Association and its Chapter 244 CSCA present our initial proposal to negotiate 2024-2025 reopeners. CSCA desires to alter and or amend the following articles as indicated and presents our proposal for public discussion in accordance with Government Code 3547 as follows. Article 4, Grievances. CSCA will propose language to enhance the current amount of association release time. Article 6, Compensation. CSCA will propose language to attract and retain the best qualified professional classified staff by improving the existing salary structure. Offer an incentive for continued and long-term employment with the Colton Joint Unified School District. Article 8, Health and Welfare Benefits. CSCA will propose language to enhance the health and welfare benefits of bargaining unit members corresponding with the district's ability to pay. Article 9, Hours. CSCA will propose language to offer an incentive for classified staff to report to work and provide essential support to the district during an emergency. Enhance its existing incentive for classified staff to return/come to work and provide support to the district outside of the normal work hours. And modify temporary assignments to reflect all time worked. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Okay. And with that, I'll close 4.1 and reopen to our regular board meeting. And now we're at board members' comments. I will start off with Joanne. Yes, ma'am.
Not hearing so good. My comment tonight is basically to congratulate my colleagues on the board for a wonderful campaign, and I'm so grateful for all the support you've given all of us as board members, Mrs. Haro, Mr. Ibarra, Mrs. Flores. We're very lucky to have a board that cares about all of our kids in the manner that we do and about the programs that we have, and I'm very proud to be a part of that. So congratulations. I know you've worked hard on this campaign, and it paid off so great. We honored the 4 more years of great things happen. Thank you.
Thank you, Joanne. Pat?
Before I start my actual comment, I wanted to ask, see what the board's thoughts are. Tonight's graduation was beautiful and it was very moving. And there was a presentation before and then the graduation. Ms. Hatter is starting to get more and more graduates from the program. And I think they deserve a graduation like Slover or, maybe like Washington's. I believe that they deserve that, where they can invite their family members and have that celebration like the other students do. And I would hope that the board would possibly think about that, because I think, while it was beautiful and everything, but it was at a board meeting, and they deserve better. When you listen to what those students have done, they deserve better. So I hope we can maybe discuss that. And so I wanted to just mention that. I'm sad that the ACE-PAC committee left, because I know they were going to speak when ACE's turn to speak this evening. But I want to thank ACE, and I want to thank CSEA for everything that they did for our campaigns this year. This is it's my sixth campaign. The first one I lost, but this is actually the fifth one I've done. And this campaign was like no other. It was very, very, very difficult. And I know it was difficult for my colleagues as well. It was very difficult. Signs were disappearing and all these different things were happening, and it was just crazy. And I'm very, very grateful to each and every one who, from ACE and CSEA, who stood up for us, who endorsed us, and who helped us. Because truly, I hope it's okay for Mr. Ibarra and Ms. Flores. I don't know if we could have done this without all your assistance. I know in past years, it's just been my husband and I, and putting out signs and taking down signs and dropping flyers off and doing everything ourselves. So to have the help that we did this year, especially with it being such a difficult year for campaigning, I just want you to know how grateful I am, because I don't know if the outcome would have been the same. That help was tremendous. Everyone that showed up to walk and who folded, I know Miss Nina couldn't walk, but she did. She was at the ACE office folding envelopes and sending out flyers to people. So people showed up who couldn't walk, but they could do other things to help out, make phone calls. It was truly a team effort, not just the three of us and our spouses. It was truly a team effort, and I'm forever grateful. I love what I do. I truly do. And I wouldn't be doing it for this long if I didn't. And I just wanted to say that I'm really grateful to everyone who helped, and that I am blessed to be here another 4 years and keep making a difference. So thank you.
Thank you, Pat. Bertha.
Well, I just want to say exactly, it's a ditto for, with what Pat Harrow just shared. And she's right, we could not have done it without CSEA and ACE and your support. From the beginning when you endorsed us, that was so meaningful. And I will forever, be grateful for that trust that you have. And I'm looking forward to the next 4 years because I truly believe this district is moving in the right direction. And we're doing amazing things, bringing programs that make a difference to our children. So I am just very excited. I'm honored to be a part of this district and to continue our good work. So Anthony, thank you so much. And our ACE, they left already, Christina Parachi, thank you so much, and your team. And also my family, who was also walking and knocking on doors, and so I just really appreciate my husband and my children that also were in there helping me out. So thank you for everybody that helped with that.
Thank you, Bertha. Israel.
Thank you, Board President. First of all, I want to congratulate my colleagues. I'm glad you guys are back. I'm glad you guys are sitting next to me. and we're working together to make a difference for our students because we do put our students first. So congratulations to each of you, Bertha, Frank, Pat. And even though I probably wasn't able to walk much, but I was doing a couple things behind the scenes, and some of the videos, if you guys saw them on Facebook, because I wanted them, because I know where their heart is at. Their heart is for the kids. They have no agendas. It's all about the kids. It's the passion, the commitment that they have. Mr. Ibarra, 28 years. Ms. Harrell, 16 years. Bertha, 5 years. You know, it's a commitment. You know, we come up here, if I were to say the amount of money that we get, you know, but we're not doing it for the money. We're doing it so that we see what we saw today. The graduates, the Slover students, the future of our communities, the future of our cities, the future of America. You know, we get to decide those things. But us as educators, we're here to teach them to read, math, go to school, be responsible, those things. Yes, we all give up. I've given up sometimes. But there's always that one person that says, hey, man, get up, dust off, y sigue adelante. Move on, because you can become a great person. You can do great things. I went to 2 recognitions this past month. I went to Slover Mountain, and I got to participate at the Slover Mountain. And as you can see on the picture, there's the larger picture there. And I want to thank Hispanic Coalition of Small Businesses for recognizing these 7 students and giving them a certificate, and a beautiful certificate and a plaque and everything, and a scholarship. And these students, this scholarship that they got, it was for anything that they needed. There was no strings attached to it. If they needed it for a car, they needed to buy books, they needed to buy food, whatever, clothing, a laptop, it was open for them to use the way they wanted. So congratulations to this, I call them the Slover 7, because you can't spell Slover without love. The other recognition I went to was the 30 under 30. And I'm going to read a little something that they put on Facebook. These 30 young men and women under the age of 30 amplified dedication, innovation, and the service in the 50th Assembly District. They are the entrepreneurs, innovators, public servants, and community members that will define the Inland Empire in the years to come. Over the last few months, we have received overwhelming amount of nominations, and the process of choosing the 30 under 30 was not an easy task. And I was able to ask the Assemblywoman how many they got. They got hundreds of nominations. And the people you see there, the young ladies that you see there, from my right to left is Sherilyn Bliss. She's a current Bloomington High School student. The girl right next to her, or the lady right next to her, or the miss right next to her, is Roxana Phelps. She is a Zimmerman elementary school teacher and a coach for cross country for Colton High School. We have teachers under 30. And then the young lady next to me is my daughter, Sharon Fuentes, who is a Bloomington High School graduate. And then the young lady next to Sharon is Denise Diaz, who is a Colton High School graduate. All of these students, including our Slover Mountain High School students, are the future. As you see them succeed, like we saw the men and women here today, the nurses, they are the future. They are the ones who are going to make our America, our cities better. But it starts here in education. It starts right here. People can say whatever about us, but we're here because of them. We want them to succeed. We want the high school students that are there. A good example, Ms. Phelps, Roxana, who's a Zimmerman elementary school teacher, teaching young students. And then in the evening, she goes to Colton High School and gets to be a coach for cross country. Examples. So I asked these young ladies, they're going to college. Sherilyn, who's at Bloomington High School, she's going to be going to Valley once she graduates. So I am very proud of these students because they are our future. One of my questions to the board, I'd like to recognize these students at one of our board meetings. If it's possible, and I'd like to get consensus, Board President, if we can invite them to come to one of our board meetings, shake their hands, and continue that legacy that they're going to continue at Colton Joint Unified. That's all I have. Have a great evening.
Thank you, Israel. Dan.
Briefly want to thank, let me congratulate my colleagues on your reelection. We are so excited and happy to have you. It is not an easy thing to run for office. It's certainly not something that any of us, when we started our careers and our lives, thought we would do. But we felt compelled to, typically because there was something happening and we felt like we had to get involved. We had to get in the game. We wanted to make a difference. And so it is tough. When you put yourself out there, you become a target. And it is very easy from the outside looking in to point out what is wrong. It's difficult to put your hand up and say, I'm willing to do what it takes to help make it right. And you have done that, and the voters have spoken loud and clear that the Colton Joint Unified School District is going in the right direction, not only with our leadership, but I think with the adoption of Measure BB. Again, more than 2/3 of the voters said, this is a good investment. In a year where it was really tough to talk about taxes and the economy, right? This was not an environment you want to put a bond measure on. We did, and I think the credibility that we had with the community came through, and in the end, they said yes. For our kids, for our schools, we will invest. So I want to thank, of course, and they're not here, but ACE, CSEA, and the committee members for Measure BB. There was lots of folks working behind the scenes. We had fantastic support from labor groups. Those partnerships will continue. But I'm excited for what's to come, and I want to congratulate my colleagues and acknowledge that it is not an easy thing to do. And I think all of us think long and hard, because there's a sacrifice. We could be home right now, all of us, everyone in this room could be home right now with their families having dinner or at the soccer field, if it's in my case. I probably am better off at this point given the weather. But it is a sacrifice, and I want to say thank you. As somebody that has 3 children in the district that are in school, thank you for making that commitment for another 4 years. So, and then lastly, just an acknowledgement, something on a little bit of a somber note, but something I felt compelled to say because he was a good friend of mine and a graduate of the district. I attended the services today for a good friend of mine. He was Colton High class of '93, so didn't quite make it to 50. He had some health issues, but we'll be thinking of him and his family tonight, and so just wanted to acknowledge that. His family is out there, and we're thinking about him, of course. And love take the time to hug your family members, your friends. Life is precious, life is fragile. We all hope to live for a very long time, but sometimes that doesn't happen, and we're blessed to be here. So thank you for that.
Thank you, Dan. As my colleagues mentioned, this was an interesting election. But one of the things for me was the fact that this was probably the first time I've ever had so much help. And I truly appreciate it. And I learned a lot. I'm always looking to learn. And, one of the nice things about going out and meeting people and knocking on doors outside of them having a dog chase you away and doing some other things. I had one gentleman open the door and say, no, and just close the door. And I go, okay, I didn't say a word. And he beat me to it. Is the fact that as I went to the doors and knocked on the doors in Grand Terrace, in Colton, in Bloomington, in Southridge, Ritchie Canyon, out of all the doors I knocked, and there were several hundred. I mean, because I started about a month and a half ago. Only two people that I talked to were disgruntled with our district. So the majority of the people that I spoke to loved Colton Joint Unified School District. They loved the teachers, the employees. They loved what we were doing. I ran into many of former students who said, oh, I went to Bloomington High School, or I went to Cone High School, or I went to, and they continue just saying, you know, that they just loved our district. You know, I had wonderful principals. I had wonderful teachers. I was inspired by staff at the district. So one of the things that I wanted to bring back to you, each and every one of you that's here, and those who may be listening out there, is the fact that we have something special going here. And I think that me just saying it, you probably know this already. But by me going to each door, I had the opportunity to hear it time and time again. So, you know, I felt that it was important for me to share this with all our employees that are in this room and those who are not here. I want to thank both unions, CSCA and ACE, for their support and what they contributed to our Saturday walks and our encounters out in the streets. Don't go down this street. There's a guy going down there with a dog and he's drunk. You know, we could hear that. So we're over there. But it was enlightening. And also I want to thank the support and the encouragement from everyone that's up here with us. My fellow board members. You know, a special thanks to each and every one of you for your support. Our superintendent, assistant superintendents, though they have to be really cool about it, they were very encouraging to me, and I appreciate that. And, you know, every once in a while I got the message, you got to do this, Ray, you got to do this, you know, so, and I appreciated that too. A lot of people were saying I look too cool about it. But I tell them, you know that duck looks cool on top of the water, but the legs were going like this? That was me. I'm a great poker player. That's what you get for playing sports for many, many years. You learn to be cool about it. But to all those family, friends, I had a lot of family, and a certain individual found out how much family I have in Colton, and all my friends. I truly appreciate, particularly those who may be listening in today. Thank you. Thank you very much for your support and encouragement. I think we have a wonderful school district. And I've said this before. I think we're better than any district around. And I'll put us up against any district. Why? Because we have wonderful people who work here. People who really, really care about our students. They really care about their families. And they really care about the fact that we're here to help serve them. And with that being said, the way I approach what I do for you is I'm here to serve you. I'm your advocate. I'm here to help you do what you need to do so that we can accomplish what we're looking to accomplish. So with all that said, I just want to say thank you to everybody that's here. And I truly appreciate every one of you. So with that, I have 8:11. If no other board member or our superintendent doesn't have anything to say, let's go ahead and go into.
Good luck to GT and good luck to Colton this week.
Yes, yes, yes. We do have two teams in the playoffs. And, you know, one of the things that I just don't understand, that you brought this up, how did 8-1 Cone High School get an away game to a 5-5 third-place team in Baldwin Park? How did that happen? That's one I want to know. And I see Mr. Abbott sit up straight because we're league champions. League champions usually gets home games, right, Sandy? Yeah, yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. And I could also, refer here to Greg and to Brandon. I don't know how that happened. So, but yet we travel, and so we'll let them have it over there. With that, everybody have a good evening, and our work is not done. We go into closed session and to take care of items on the closed session agenda. That's not too bad. Okay. It's 8:57. The Board of Education's back to open session. Before we move into our closed session items, there are two consensus that I want to review this time. The first one is Pat Harrow's recommendation for the conjoint adult education program to have the graduation formal. I'll put it that way, so that we could have them in an auditorium or a place, the district designates. So I'm looking for a consensus so that we can do that. Israel?
Yes.
Dan? Okay. Bertha? Yes. Joanne? Yes. And I say yes, so we do have consensus on that. The second consensus item was Israel's request to recognize the students that were awarded the certificates. And he would like to have them come so that we could recognize them here too. So, want to say anything else to that, Israel?
No.
No, okay. So I'm looking for consensus. Pat? Israel?
Yes.
Dan? I'll give a yes. Bertha? Yes. Okay. So,
We'll take care of it.
yes, thank you, sir. Okay, 11.1, student discipline, revocation. There was one student discipline item presented in closed session. Is there a motion to uphold the expulsion order as presented?
I'll move.
Okay, and I have Israel Fuentes. Can I have a second, please? Okay, thank you, Pat. So Pat Harrell. So on a motion by Board Member Israel Fuentes and second by Board Member Pat Harrell, is to uphold the expulsion order as presented. All those in favor indicate by stating aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Anyone abstain? We have 6-0. So on a motion by Israel Fuentes, second by Board Member Pat Harrell, and voted on a 6-0 vote with Bernice Sandoval absent, the board upheld the expulsion order of one student discipline as presented, number 1068494. Okay. 11.2, personnel public employee appointment, discipline, dismissal, and release. On a motion by Board Member Joe Fuentes and second by Board Member Dan Flores, and carried on a 6-0 vote with Board Member Bernice Sandoval absent. The board approved the following: personnel employee, certificated coaches 1, head varsity tennis boys; classified management 2, maintenance and operations supervisor 2; classified coaches 9, head junior varsity baseball boys, head junior varsity basketball girls, head varsity baseball boys, head varsity basketball girls, head varsity track co-ed 2, junior varsity football assistant, softball assistant girls, varsity soccer assistant boys. Volunteer coaches 6, baseball boys, basketball boys, soccer boys, wrestling co-ed 3, and volunteers 26, general volunteers 25, intern 1. Okay, with that, if there's no comments from anybody from the Board of Education, our superintendent, it is now 9:01. We're hereby adjourned.